Friends, today I want to share the heartbreaking story of a desperate mother who was pushed to make a difficult choice because of poverty and her children's needs. We all know that in today's world, nothing comes free. Everything has a price. To receive something, you have to give something in return. In this story, a mother faced this harsh reality for her children's sake. This woman went through extremely dark times, hard times. It's a small phrase, but its impact is huge. It can change a person instantly. Hard times turn an easy life into a difficult, uncertain journey. Going through hard times means constantly rediscovering yourself, questioning everything you feel, and seeing people's true faces. Hard times never come with a warning. They hit suddenly, disrupting your life's rhythm. Sunny days become cloudy, and a long, dark journey begins. Every morning brings anxiety and fear. Every night becomes sleepless, filled with worried thoughts. During these times, we realize how powerful life's challenges really are. No matter how much we plan or how strong we are, we're completely helpless when hard times strike. These moments drag us to a place where we hold back tears and swallow our screams in silence. Friends, family, society, all get tested during hard times. We learn who truly cares for us and who's just pretending. As people show their true colors, our view of life changes. People whose support once comforted us now feel like burdens. Those who once shared happy stories with us now stay quiet. Many who stood by us during good times disappear, while some who quietly cared for us reach out to help. This dual reality is harsh but necessary. The biggest lesson of hard times is recognizing people's true nature. You begin to see everything differently. You learn to sense the hidden meanings behind small words. Many fake masks fall away and many genuine souls step forward. During hard times, you must make sacrifices. Your self-respect, dreams, and relationships all face threats. The voice inside keeps asking, how much longer? Yet these very hardships teach us how to live, how to be strong, how to embrace loneliness. But this difficult path isn't easy for everyone. Some break down, some give up. When life keeps hitting you with one problem after another, many choose to escape. They think death might free them. But truthfully, hard times don't come to end your life. They come to shape it. It's a test. And once you pass it, you become more mature, more confident. Hard times don't last forever. That's true. But it's also true that they leave a mark that never fades. It becomes part of who you are. It brings priceless life lessons. And one day, that hard time itself becomes something you're thankful for. Then when you look back, you can say, that time made me who I am. So we shouldn't hate hard times. We must understand them. Every moment of hardship is actually a classroom that teaches us who to trust, how to keep our inner light burning in the dark, and how to rise again after falling many times. One day, a mother like this wanted to buy a dress for her growing daughter. Since her husband had passed away, she hadn't bought new clothes for her children. Her son also needed clothes. The children's old clothes were worn out and too small. Boys can manage with old clothes a little longer. But it's not possible to keep a growing daughter without proper clothing. So, mainly to buy something that would at least cover her daughter properly, this desperate mother went to a store in her neighborhood. That shop owner sold clothes on payment plans. She told the shop owner she wanted to buy clothes and pay in installments, but instead of agreeing, the shop owner made an inappropriate demand in exchange for the clothes. Today, we'll hear the story of that mother, whose life was once full of happiness and comfort. Her husband had been the family's only provider, whose presence filled their home with joy. Whenever the children wanted something, their father bought it for them. He never left any request unfulfilled. The children loved their father dearly. When he came home from work each evening, they would run into his arms. Seeing them, he would forget all his tiredness. Every day he brought something for them, sometimes toys, sometimes clothes, sometimes special treats bought with love. It seemed like he lived only to enjoy life through his children. The mother had no worries either. He would bring her new clothes and jewelry too. Whatever they needed, he would go to the store and buy it. They never struggled with food or bills. In fact, after taking care of their own needs, They even helped poor and needy families in their community. Their life was so beautiful that others saw it as ideal. No one could look at their family without admiration. The parents lived for their children. Their children's happiness was their happiness. Even if the children hesitated to ask for something, their requests were quickly fulfilled. And that mother spent her days thanking God for her blessings. But life never stays the same. One day suddenly, her husband died from a heart attack. From that moment, everything changed. Laughter disappeared from their home and happiness seemed to vanish. The first year somehow passed using her husband's savings. But as everything was used up, the real struggle began. She asked her parents for help, reached out to her siblings, even approached her in-laws. When no help came from anywhere, she had to start working in other people's homes. Washing dishes, cleaning houses, doing laundry, whatever work she could find, she never refused. Somehow she managed to put food on the table twice a day. But friends, is life just about food? Growing children have so many other needs, and that's when the mother would break down, because she couldn't afford new clothes or shoes for them. But children don't understand these things. They would keep saying, "Yeah, Mom, Ashley and Emma from next door wear such pretty new dresses. Why don't you ever buy us anything nice? You know, all my clothes are too small now. They don't fit me anymore. And when I go outside wearing these clothes, men on the street look at me strangely. It makes me feel disgusting. Why do they look at me like that, Mom? Buy me a dress, Mom, please. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just a dress will do so no one looks at me that way anymore." These words broke the mother's heart. If there's any form of selfless love in this world, it's a mother's love. A mother doesn't just love her children. She's willing to sacrifice everything just to keep their dreams alive. For a single moment of her child's happiness, she can endure humiliation, mockery, poverty, neglect, even ready to erase her own identity. She works hard during the day for her child's smile and then silently cries at night. She never mentions how much disrespect she endured just to pay for school expenses, how many of her own dreams were shattered just to protect her child's dreams. When a mother looks for the cheapest items at the store, it's never for herself, but to bring some joy to her child's face. When she eats less just to save her child's favorite food, that depth of love can't be described in words. She doesn't know how to say, "I'm hurting," because to her, real pain is seeing her children suffer. Her own struggles seem unimportant. A mother walks with her head held high, ignoring society's judgment because she believes her child will do something good one day. How many quiet nights she spent putting her children to sleep, then silently crying over her own unfulfilled dreams. No one knows. No one understands. Only a mother does. She's the only person who wishes the best for her child until her last breath. To her, a child is never a burden, but the very reason for living. To her, a child's small smile makes up for all life's pain. Even when that child grows up and moves away, the mother still waits just to hear the word, "Mom," once more. She could spend her whole life waiting. A mother isn't just a relationship, she's a feeling. She isn't a responsibility. She's a powerful yet tender form of love. A mother is a living blessing who turns her entire life into her child's protection, so that not even the sun's heat can touch them. She kept watching her children's faces and telling herself, "This time I have to buy them new clothes. How can my growing daughter bear the pain of not having proper clothes?" People have started looking at her with bad intentions. Our dignity is precious. Even if we go hungry, we can't lose our self-respect. She asked all her relatives for help, but everyone turned her down. Some said, "We have our own bills to pay." Others said, "You should get remarried." But that mother decided she would give up her own happiness, but never let her children face a stepfather's criticism or pity. Walking down the street, she asked herself, "Will I have to sacrifice my own dignity for my children's needs?" After a moment, she answered herself, "No, I won't." But what if there's no other way? She never imagined a day would come in her life when she would face such humiliation, to see herself fall so low. Such disrespect, such offensive suggestions, So many inappropriate comments. It all seemed to suffocate her at once. Maybe if her husband were still alive, the man whose presence made her feel protected, then this disrespectful store owner wouldn't have dared speak to her that way. The strength in her husband's eyes would have shut down those inappropriate thoughts immediately, or maybe she wouldn't have had to face this disrespect at all. Now that he's gone, people around her have become bold. Their looks have turned disrespectful, as if looking for chances to belittle her, to take advantage of her situation, to fulfill their twisted desires. If he were here, would anyone dare look at her that way? Would anyone dare send inappropriate messages? No, never. But now he is gone. And one by one, the masked faces of society begin to show their true selves. In these moments, she wants to blame herself. Why did I become so vulnerable? Why did I depend so much on him? Why is it now so hard to stand up for myself? She gets angry at her own situation, at her loneliness, at this society, where a woman's vulnerability becomes proof of a man's power, where being a widow, alone, or helpless becomes someone else's opportunity. How low people can sink to think this way. In this society, there are no humans, only predators. They wait to take advantage of someone's difficult moments. Her heart is full of anger, hatred, and frustration, like a volcano ready to erupt. She wants to scream, "I am not alone. I am not helpless. No one should dare think I am weak." This very thought pushes her toward an uncertain destination. She went to a clothing store in the neighborhood. The shop owner immediately started showing her clothes. She said, "Sir, before you show me anything, please listen. I don't have money right now. I heard you sell clothes on payment plans." The shop owner replied, "Yes, I do offer payment plans, but I don't give anything without conditions because many people take the clothes and never pay." The woman asked, "Then tell me, what needs to be done? I'm willing to do whatever it takes." The shop owner became serious and said, "We have some strict conditions." Then he handed her a thick notebook and said, "All our terms are written in this book. Please read it carefully. If you agree, I'll give you the clothes. If not, please leave quietly. No trouble." The woman nodded. "All right, I'll read it." She slowly opened the book and began to read. But after reading the first condition, her hands began to shake. It said, "Any woman who wants to buy clothes on a payment plan must stand naked in front of us. We will record a video where her face and full body will be clearly visible. The video will remain with us until she pays all the money." The next condition was even more frightening. If someone doesn't pay the price or refuses to pay, then the video will be posted on an adult website. Whatever money is made from that, we will use to recover our payment. The third condition stated, if someone doesn't agree to the first two conditions, then she must sign a legal document, which will state, if her house is in her name and she fails to pay on time, then we will transfer that house to our name and sell it to recover the money. These three conditions were only for women. The woman looked at the pages of the book with tired eyes. Her body was trembling, tears in her eyes. She could never agree to the first and second conditions because she came from a respectable family for whom dignity was everything. For a moment she thought, maybe I can consider the condition about the house. But the very next moment she remembered, I don't even own a house. I live in a rented apartment. She couldn't meet any of these demands. With tears in her eyes, she closed the book. Without a word, she placed it in front of the shop owner and walked out. She had entered the shop with hope, but left with insult, fear, and sadness. As soon as she came out, she noticed someone was watching everything. From a distance, this person could clearly see the pain on the woman's face. He knew how that shop owner takes advantage of desperate women because he once worked in that very shop and had quit because of the owner's awful behavior. This man was honest and God-fearing. In his heart, he said, "This woman isn't trying to do anything wrong. She's truly desperate. If I don't help, she might break down completely. She deserves respect and dignity." He slowly approached and said, "Ma'am, if you need clothes, I can buy them for you." In a shaking voice, the woman said, "Sir, I have no money." With compassion, the man said, "You don't have to pay. I just want to help you like a brother would. No strings attached." Tears came to the woman's eyes, but immediately the memory of that first shop owner came back. She trembled with fear. The horrifying conditions replayed in her mind. She said, "Sir, I can't accept those conditions. I'm very desperate, but I won't trade my dignity for anything." The gentleman said calmly, "Ma'am, I have no conditions, no video, no demands, nothing to sign. I just want to help." Still, the woman couldn't trust him. She said, "No, sir, thank you. I don't want to accept anything." But the man knew this woman was truly in need. He said, "Ma'am, I believe in God. I won't lie to you. I won't deceive you. I just want to help, only because it's the right thing to do." Still, the woman did not agree and walked away. The man didn't force her. He just watched her go. In his heart, he thought, "This woman may never ask for help out loud, but her eyes tell the whole story." He quietly followed her, just to learn her address. Later that night, he went to her home. Without making a sound, he slid some money wrapped in paper under her door and quietly left. No name, no return address. He just did a good deed, asking nothing in return. Late that night, the woman sat praying, crying to God, "God, you know how desperate I am. I didn't ask anyone for help. I only asked you. I can't buy my children the new clothes they need. God, if you want to, you can bring light even in the darkest night. I ask for help only from you." Exhausted, she fell asleep while praying. In the morning, as she opened the door, an envelope got caught under her foot. With shaking hands, she picked it up. Inside were several bills. She stood frozen for a moment. Then she burst into tears and said, "God, you heard me. You sent me help when I needed it most." She fell to her knees in gratitude. Then she went and bought clothes and shoes for her children. That day, she dressed them in their new clothes and took them out. There were smiles on the children's faces and peace in the mother's heart. The most important thing was that she hadn't begged anyone or compromised her dignity. She had only asked God for help, and her prayer was answered. Stories like this have the power to heal, to open eyes and to spark change, but only if they're heard. Don't let this moment end with you. Share it now, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe so you never miss a story that could change a life. Be the reason someone feels seen today,